horsemanship class. Today we're going to talk about side passing. Side passing is the most important first lesson that our students get in learning how to coordinate their hands and their legs together. So this is one of the essential skills that we introduce in level 1 and progress through 2 and 3 and add more difficult aspects to, but it all builds upon the side pass. So if you're a level 1 or 2, it's side pass. Levels 3 are working on leg yield, which is a version of the side pass where you add some forward motion. And level 4 is working on picking up the lope out of a walk, which again is in the same skill family as the side pass. So this is a really important foundational skill, so I thought it would be a good one to focus on today. So we ask our horse to side pass by shortening our reins and bringing our hands just to the contact point. So that looks like that. I'll go to the left. Then we close our leg, so toe up and out, so that the contact point on our horse's belly is our calf. Then I begin to apply pressure, starting with gradual and going up to harder until they respond. And then my leg drops off. So I'll show one of those again. And we'll do this one from the front here. Now that you've seen what the reins look like, and now I'll show you one from the front where you can see that sideways motion. So my leg continues to apply pressure until he is actually moved off of it. As he steps away, my leg doesn't chase him, as we say. So my leg drops off as he moves away, and that's a really important part in the release or the reward, in showing him that he did the right thing. So one more time, pressure, starts gradual, and it continues to get harder until he moves, and then as soon as he moves, the leg drops off. So now we'll just give a few examples of how I do it wrong. So I'm going to move his hip over. So that was 1/4 of a forehand turn. Not a great one as Sam's looking at all of his friends coming in, but that's what that turn was. So the most common mistake students make when they side pass is not having contact with the reins. So we call this leaving the door open. So now when I put pressure with my left leg, you will most likely see Sam just walking forward. And I'm not going to block it because I want you to see what happens. So leg pressure happens, and with that door wide open, Sam walks forward. So now that same move, I'll move his hip over again. Now that same move where I have closed the door, so you can see what it looks like when he actually is blocked and moves off of the leg. So now just one more, I'll show you another common error in not releasing the leg as your horse steps away. So if I have the door closed, as we call it, I have contact with the rein so he won't walk out, I close my leg, I ask for that step, and he steps, but I continue to squeeze. Now he's getting punished as he responds, and as you're seeing him do now he's backing up because he's trying to figure out what he did wrong to not get the release. There he moved away, and I continued to squeeze, but he started to walk forward. If I ask him again now, he's probably going to be a little bit nervous, a little bit antsy, because he doesn't know what I am asking him to do if I'm not giving him the release after he does it. So now I'm squeezing, and he's actually just not responding at all, because the last time I squeezed, I asked for a move, and I didn't reward him for doing that move. So now I've taught him to be stubborn by not rewarding him when he responded appropriately. So I can't just take my leg off, or that rewards him for being stubborn, even though it's my fault for intentionally telling him the wrong thing, but I do need to fix it. So now that leg is still on, I have to squeeze really hard, and he's not moving at all because I have taught him that he will not get a reward. Oh, whoa. Good boy. Sorry, Sam. Sam is a great lesson horse because he doesn't take that personally. A lot of horses, when students don't release, or they ask the wrong way. A lot of horses get a little bent out of shape and sort of, we say take it personally, but really just kind of get confused and get nervous as a result. Some of our best lesson horses just stop responding. So perhaps a topic for another horsemanship class is why your horse sometimes doesn't quote unquote listen, which really just means that you've either given the wrong cue, or a rider before you has given the wrong cue, or you have not rewarded or released properly when given that cue, and it's just frustrated your horse and made them kind of shut down. So that was a perfect example in Sam shutting down because he didn't get the reward that he so deserved. So anyhow, those are the two most common errors in side passing. I'm just going to show you one more. This is a common error anytime people use their legs. You will still get the response, but it is not the correct leg position, and it leads to incorrect movements and loss of balance down the road. So when I ask Sam to side pass, my toe is up and pointed out at a 90-degree angle. A lot of people, instead of using their calf, pull their leg up and use their heel. So you might still get the response. He is still moving away from my leg. But as I talked about, the side pass is a foundational skill. That means that a lot of other skills build upon the side pass. So down the road, when you are leg yielding at the trot, or you're asking your horse to lope, if you're up in this unbalanced, not sustainable position, you're not going to be able to actually execute that lead change or that transition out of the walk. So anyhow, it's really important, again, as this is a foundational skill, to do it correctly and develop that correct leg position. So always toe out, heel down, using your calf. So anyhow, thanks for joining our horsemanship lesson today. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy and relatively sane. We hope to see you soon.